Hello, hello, ladies and gentlemen. It's I, the board man.
Give me that good shit. Oh, fuck.
All right. Meep, meep. Meep, meep. There you are.
Yep. Give me a lift. You don't mind giving me a lift to Blackwater?
Yeah, someone sent me to give you a hand.
You?
You met Seraphim yet?
Nah. I just literally rolled off the printing press.
Well, he sends his regards. He wants to get in contact with you as soon as possible.
Oh, is he in county?
He's probably based. In about an hour, he should. He usually comes in about an hour and a half.
Oh, I'm gonna be in bed by then.
But yeah,
I'm too
says,
tired to make the voice of this guy, so you're gonna have to deal with that. Fucking
I
tired.
I don't care.
I've been playing on Lucas all day, so I've been using the yeah. And it's fucking killing me, dude. Killing me.
I try to avoid trying to use voice straight too much because, in order to avoid the pain from it, it takes a lot of practice, which involves a lot of pain and a sore throat for days.
Yes.
You have to like break it in. It does not go well. It is like, you ever have like a scab?
Yes, I know what you're talking about.
You kind of do that with Teflon.
Yo, I gotta do. This one is like he's supposed to speak like.
Voice for a few days.
What the fuck's the problem with you?
Now that's a little better. That's a little better.
Yeah, I tried to make it a little more bearable. But Lucas is hoarse. It's very hard. It's supposed to sound like an old man, so it's harder.
I think that works a little bit. Like you don't have to try that hard. Like my grandfather, for example. If you heard him talking on the phone, you wouldn't have thought that he was that old.
But yeah, a lot of people use normal, but I can't use my normal voice because that's what I use for Jonathan, so everybody will recognize him. They'll be like, "Oh, that's Jonathan."
No, I'm just saying like the slightly toned down one, which is a little slower. That works. When you did a second ago, that works fine. But the really like you're trying to struggle to breathe one, save yourself the trouble of losing your voice for a few days and just try not to force it.
Yeah, I've been doing pretty good so far. Just trying my best not to force it too hard.
I feel like
it's been helping, and people have been helping me a lot because when I get really tired, I'll go out of character and they let me rest for a little while. They know it's hard, so far. Right. Dude, I've had amazing interactions with that character because Cassie loves the character and we work so well together. Like, it's supposed to be Cassie's dad, so Cassie and Ellie's dad, because they're twins. And then so I say something like, for example, like she plays along whatever I decide to say with the character. So like it seems like it's true. Like we never really talk about our characters, but I will make up something that happened in the past, and she'll just play along with it. You know, she picks it up real quick and just rolls with it, and it's just so refreshing to have those interactions like that because they feel so natural. Like if it's actually two people who have known each other. You know.
Yeah.
It's good. I don't know. I've had a lot of fun making fun of her mom. Because her mom's a whore. That's how basically. So Lucas basically it's one of her mom's most longest time customers. So he goes and that's how he basically made Cassie and sister. So she'll be like saying something, oh man, I'm so wet, and I'll be on the background like, just like your mom. She'll
All the
just
time.
fucking-
Can never close the floodgates.
You know?
They busted a long time ago.
One day she goes like, Dad, and I'm like, what? And she's like, come here. You see this lady? I'm like, yeah. And she's like, that's not my mom. I'm like, how do you know? And she's like, cause she has her legs crossed. Fucking great time, man. I'm telling you, I have such a blast with Cassie and Dean. We've been having a good time. So today was just full day of Lucas. Tomorrow I go back to Jonathan, but I wanted to just make my prime character, so
Yeah,
I can get in touch with some other criminal guys.
Right, so the scenario is that Seraphim heard that there was somebody new in town, and he's gonna need a guiding hand to this type of stuff so that he can lay out the guidelines and stuff. And since Seraphim and I have been getting close, he asked me a favor to get you to town. That's what
Oh, you've been talking to him out of character?
No.
Oh, you're just making it up? Okay.
Yeah, I'm making it up. We can like bring it up later. But he did tell me like a few days ago. He's like, hey, if anybody, please send them to me. I need to be kind of the hub of this, so I can kind of like help people, like kind of get the guidelines of how this works. And, like he's the one that's been teaching me about like the code of all this stuff, Not like I'm gonna be a criminal or nothing. He's just, I'm new to this stuff, so like OOC, he was just telling me like, his experiences and what he's learned.
If I can share something with you, your character's native. I'm aware he's a little more closer to the, more modern than your usual natives, but what I mean is like your character should be more. What's the word? Still, like, I think it would be good to have your character more what's the word? Have a lot more mistrust of the white man.
Well, you gotta remember, my people aren't the ones that started the war with you guys. My people deep in the mountains are naturally isolated. So we traded with you guys.
Which tribe is he?
You
don't have a name for it?
I kind of forgot. I'll have to get back into that later. I've been kind of sick this past week because I haven't been eating a whole lot.
You should just be Wapiti. Makes it more simple. You don't have to make up anything.
Yeah,
like
I am
more.
keeping it simple, but it's also realistic and believable because there are like. They did have them in schools and stuff.
The roads are getting tough.
Yeah.
In my tribe, we taught ourselves using books that we traded. Since, who's really going to go out to the mountains believably like that? Civilization ain't going to go up there. But for generations, we were trading with you guys. So we didn't take part in any of the unification wars or any of the wars between all the other tribes. That's part of why we were, aside from that being part of why we're in the mountains, that's just how we do things. It's kind of like a tradition. We grow up in the mountains, and that's how we live.
That makes more sense.
And we separate ourselves from all of them in general. Because, I don't know if you remember reading, but a lot of tribes would go to war with each other, too. There's peaceful tribes and warrior tribes, and then you had the fucking psycho tribes who would, like, rip people's skulls out of shit and use it as, like, furniture.
Like the fucking Aztecs or the Caribs.
Well, I was mainly just
cannibals.
referring to Native Americans, but yeah, that too.
Yeah.
That too.
There's all kinds.
There was the land bridge, Anyway, yeah. My tribe is based more around the ones that they got away from all that warring, and so they kind of strongholded themselves a little bit and learned how to survive in the harsher environment.
You know what you could do? That would be interesting. It's bridge the gap between law and criminals. Like being the guy that knows where the criminals are but doesn't share the information with anybody, and like he is the one that brings the messages to the law. And since you're a native, um, you can kind of like exist outside of the reach of you know, of their interests of the law, I guess.
You know, something like that. I noticed that due to like some happenings, I noticed that I was dipping into that a little bit, like organically.
Wouldn't be a bad idea to do that. Sorry, I'm really tired.
Yeah.
What about what's the name? How old is your character?
I just got made my ID. I'm gonna give him. Wait, what? My bad, man. We're heading to Blackwater now.
Yep.
I went along that river and accidentally went sideways somehow and wound up going north for some reason. Whoops.
I gotta make a fake ID.
Yeah, I made
somewhere.
an ID. I guess I'm in my, I'd say in my 20s because like leaving the tribe it's common but it's uncommon at the same time. If that makes sense. So it's kind of a big deal for my people and me.
So you left the tribe?
I didn't leave the tribe. I just, you know.
You're traveling.
Right. Kind of almost like an emissary of sorts to check out how everything's going on around the world, around the land, see how the people are getting along, to see if there's any other way we can strengthen some bonds because we've benefited a lot from trade. We didn't just trade books. We also traded things back and forth. Like there's a lot of like mysterious creatures in those mountains, and there's also a lot of tough creatures in those mountains. So we traded pelts and horns, things that are a little harder to get. And in return, we would, you know, get all sorts of different
Weapons,
things, clothes, weapons,
loads.
book, a lot of shit ton of books. We,
Yeah.
you know, over the years, like
is
it's
it a
like
peaceful tribe?
generations of books. Yeah, mostly defensive. Part of the reason why my tribe moved up into the deep mountains was for protection. During the warring times between a lot of the tribes, like between the real heavy war ones, I don't know if you ever read about the War of Genocide, but yeah, they were just trying to get away from all that, so that because they just wanted to live in their traditions and just live with the land, you know. But they learned the way of war, so that's why I said it was kind of a stronghold. They're not oblivious.
Yeah.
They've seen and passed down stories for generations of what happens. So they not only do we train to survive in the wilderness, but we train to fight as well. Remember the story of those
my
twins I
guy's
told you?
little. Either little or you're really tall. I'm not sure.
I'm just really tall. You're about average.
Okay.
Yeah. Remember the story about the twins I told you?
I don't.
I said there's two twins from my tribe. They're really short, but we taught them a special technique in fighting. We used their size to their advantage. The fact that they're smaller, you know?
Oh yeah, I think you were talking to me or something like that.
That's not a coincidence that we knew about different types of techniques of doing things. Well, for some of them we learned a little bit, but others we, you know, gained through knowledge and stuff.
Let's go Scully, see if I can find a proper rifle there.
Oh yeah, that's a good idea. I've been meaning to stop by them.
Yeah, I need a real rifle, like a Springfield or something like that, and probably a Henry. I'm not sure, but I think at least the Springfield will help me out a lot.
Yeah.
We'll
But-
see.
But I do plan on following up. I gave Seraphim my word I would, if I saw any new crims, I'd send them this way so that way he can properly get them.
The issue I have with
educated
surfing
on
is it's I'm about to get back to work, I think. And if I do, I won't be able to see him at all. Like
He
I'm in
stays on
bed
till
when he.
about. Oh, sorry.
Yeah, he's in. Like I go to bed. Sorry, I go to bed about around this like this time,
Yeah.
and I wake up at around noon and go to work and come back at 10 o'clock or 11. Sorry.
You've
Yes.
actually been on a few times whenever he's on.
Yeah, but it's because I'm not working. I'm disabled right now.
Right.
I don't know
me
if the
too.
doctor's gonna send me back to work or not. I literally busted an ankle and I've been recovering.
I have seizure disorder.
Oh yeah, well mine is temporary. It's just because of work. I got injured. But oh,
Okay.
why can't I go up? There we go.
Oh,
But yeah,
same
it's
thing. Well, okay, let me tell you, I usually see Seraphim on, if you don't see him on at 12 p.m. Eastern USA time, which is in about 6 hours, 6 or 7 hours from now, well, we'll take 30 minutes off of that, obviously. He'll definitely be on by 6 p.m., which is about 12 hours from now. However,
okay.
he's usually always on, so he tells me, at 6 a.m., and then he goes till about 8 or 9 or 10 p.m., depending.
I don't have enough. There is a Springfield there, and I should grab it, but it's gonna take almost half of my money, and I don't want to do that at the moment.
Yeah. Now
Because
you
I need
see,
to buy Shine.
Yeah, now you see why I end up deciding to buy other stuff than bandages and things. Cause
I know where to go to get a proper, at least a rifle, which is a carbine. I'm gonna get it right now. It's $15.
Oh, nice. Where do I buy a bandage, by the way? I couldn't find any in the medical store. In Venice.
Misapa sells some in Saint Denis over there, but sometimes I have some in my store. I don't think there are any left.
When I said Venice,
But,
I meant Valentine. I had a.
Oh, Valentine, there's usually nothing there, but you can always check my store. If you want something put in there, like I can make bandages, so I can probably put them in there. I just gotta sit down and make them. I haven't.
Yeah. It's no big deal. I could figure out how to make them later. Oh,
Yeah.
you did the tarp thing.
I gotta fix it. It looks like shit. Yeah, I gotta fix it.
We'll worry about that later.
Yeah, I think there's another one that's a little better, so we'll see. But yeah.
Oh yeah, I made my guy in his like early to mid 20s.
Damn it! Somebody bought it.
What kind of carbine are you looking for?
Just the regular carbine repeater, but I have some in my camp. I just don't want to
Here.
spend the 600. No, don't worry about it. I got it.
It's just a Winchester. It's no big deal.
Don't worry about it.
I can
It's, I'm not gonna
Pepino
take.
to show me how to make another one.
Nah, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it, man.
All right.
I'll be fine. It's just right now at this point I'm just getting I just literally made this character. By tomorrow I'm gonna have everything I need.
Oh yeah, that's true. Because you're farming.
I'm going to bed now. That's the thing. Tomorrow I'll put on my stock and I'll come and buy it with this character. It's just I was hoping nobody had bought it, but they did.
But yeah, I'm gonna hopefully try to link up with Seraphim later on because I really got catching up to do with him and Pepino. We got some important things to discuss. If you meet up, hopefully you'll be catching the train as Jonathan, and you could have a little chat out of your mind, if you know what I'm saying, about your meeting him and setting it up. Because I just now set up a little RP for you, a little scenario here for you, and just let you know.
I gotta sit down and write this guy's story. I just created the husk. I haven't thought about the story of this character.
Yeah, it'll come to you.
Yeah, no. The thing is, like, I never really developed it. It's this character. It's James. James Hansen is his name. He was originally the brother of Jonathan, because Jonathan used to be called Hansen.
That's an interesting thing. I met a James just earlier in Valentine. He's new.
Yeah, and then this James is not he's not Jonathan's brother, of course. He's completely different. So it's kind of like a new persona, but it's gonna have the same personality, but not gonna be the same person. So I gotta sit down and write his story.
Mm-hmm.
I'm thinking he grew up in an orphanage, like he never really had a parent, so
Right.
he's bitter as fuck. Like he's not a nice guy because of that.
Mm-hmm.
Had a rough life, you know, always poor. Decided that
General
kind of
case
like
to lead people to go into thievery.
like he feels the world owes him for what they put him through. You know, like everybody's always been unfair
Oh
to him
shit,
for no
yeah.
reason.
Yeah, I've met
Treat
people
him.
like that.
Yeah, there's a lot of people who are like that. And
I've been homeless most of my life, so I had to see it myself.
yeah, so it's kind of like, you know, like that kind of seeing the people's yeah, he was homeless for a long time too. Like he sees people's what do you call that when somebody like looks down at you, like the what's the word for that?
Is he looking down on them, or does he think he's being looked down upon?
He feels, you know, he grew up
He feels
with people
inadequate.
looking down at him, so he
Yeah.
feels detached. He's a psychopath. He
Hmm.
basically feels that he's something different than what the rest of the people
So
are.
he lacks empathy and
Yes.
apathy.
Yeah, basically he has very very little empathy. He's like, nobody cares about me. Why should I care about the world? You know, I don't care about anybody else. I'll do whatever I need to improve my life.
Hmm.
And he has like he knows
Everyone's a
now.
stepping stone.
Yeah, so he now knows that the world, like what to do in order to get what he needs. Like right now, he what I want for this person is to have a place to live. So basically,
So he's a plotter, right?
I guess yes, in a way.
Okay, go on.
Um, but basically, I'm gonna get him to have a what's the word? I want to have a hideout for this character,
Hmm.
and
I found a really
and
good cave you can use up on mountain north of Strawberry.
no, it can't be a cave. It needs to have a door. So
Well, it's not like a full cave, but okay, good point.
yeah, it needs to have a door. So I'm thinking probably um New Austin somewhere. I'm not sure. Probably Armadillo or maybe Tumbleweed area. Maybe even Morelos. I thought about Morelos. I like that place, and I can probably get a good white map for it eventually. But
Hmm.
I don't know. I'm gonna do something like that, and I don't know. You know, see what comes of it. Have like a
Hmm.
you know, it's gonna be a criminal, of course. So have like a kind of like a what's the word? I'm gonna get started with the wagons and the
Hmm.
getting the what do you call that, the fucking a distillery and all that,
Oh yeah, yeah.
selling moonshine and trying to make deals with shady people and
Hmm.
provide the moonshine to them so they can set like kind of like sell it legally. He'll
Yeah.
go to a saloon owner and be like, hey, listen, I know this guy that sells moonshine
Hmm.
and he wants to move it. Would you be interested? You know, that kind of thing.
Yeah, Seraphin's definitely the one you need. He's the RP scenario for him is that he's the network hub. He's the center for like information and sending people the right way. He's basically he knows what's all going on and where to go and get it.
Yeah, I'm not gonna be like Seraphim that he goes rob banks,
Oh, I'm not
rob,
saying
rob
you're
like
gonna be
robbers.
like him. I'm just saying
Yeah,
like
no.
it's good for you for your RP and it's good for us if you get in touch with him about it.
Like, what I want to do is, if I'm gonna do a robbery, for example, I'm gonna plan it. Like, it's not gonna be just hit a place and see if cop shows up. No,
All right.
I'm gonna plan that bitch. I'm gonna make sure that somebody hits another place or that somebody hits at another location and has the cops occupied before I even hit the place. You know.
Mhm.
So my character is gonna do his legwork to make sure he succeeds at his robbery if he's gonna do it. And this is if they let me keep the fucking character. I don't even know if they're gonna let me keep it because the new rules are gonna drop and I might not be able to keep him. But that's neither here nor there. So it's
Oh,
whatever.
they're trying to add rules for lawmen.
Yes, they're going to because we're having a lot of issues with lawmen. So they're going to drop a rule book for lawmen and things that. I mean, I recommend that they did that because we have a lot of stuff that right now nobody knows how to address,
Mhm.
and they're doing whatever the fuck they want, and you know, it's a little. So That's gonna get addressed. But we're gonna get into it. Like this character, like for example, if I'm gonna rob somebody, it's not gonna be robbing them to take their money. I might take their money, of course, because that's what a robbery is about. If I go and tie you up and I find that you got $2,000 in your pocket, that's gone, of course, you know. But that is not what I'm gonna. I'm not gonna just point my guns at you, drop you on the ground, tie you up, and fucking take your money and leave. No, I'm gonna probably tie you up, carry you to the fucking alley where nobody can see me, and in the alley, fucking interrogate you where you got your money, how much money you have, tell me what you got in your pockets. I'm gonna fucking beat the crap out of you, like have like a scene, you know, that little crime scene of that you're just going through right now, you know. If I decide to do that, instead of just the typical hands up, give me your money, you know, no, that's fucking ridiculous. I don't like that shit. So I want if I take your money, I want you to have a scene for it, like in exchange, you have a good interaction, spend good time with somebody, you know, at least something out of it.
Yeah.
Some information, maybe the voice, maybe the way I behave. You're able to tell the police more information than some guy in a fucking yellow shirt robbed me, you know.
You heard about what happened to me my first day here, right? Or second day?
I don't remember.
That guy tied me up and shit because of Bella. I don't know if you remember that. Well, I think I get what you're saying, because, like, there's a difference between just tying someone up when they're in the fucking stable and then dragging them out back and making a big drama scene versus actually, like, being, like, a character thing and it, like, being playing out in a scene, you know?
Like,
So
it's also... I will also try to rob people that I know are going to give me a good scene.
As soon as I saw him standing there outside the fucking thing with a rope right next to me waiting for me to get out the menu, I was like, oh fuck, come on, I'm not in the mood to put up with this shit. So I immediately called the police and let him rope me.
You can't rob somebody that's on a menu. It's not wait until the person is out the menu. You cannot rob somebody that's on a blip. You can't do that.
He literally, Elroy made a thing about it because he shot me in the head afterwards without saying anything. So I included the footage of him roping me in.
Okay. Yeah, I think I remember that. But that's just people are gone. But right now, like the biggest thing with what I want to do is I want to have a scene with the person. Like, be somebody. I must have a purpose when I'm gonna rob somebody. Like either case the person out, know they're coming from the bank, and now I have money I can get out of that person, or at least at the very least throw a scene for the person to fall into it, like a trap. Like I'll be running out and asking somebody for help, then bring him back to the back of the fucking police station or the fucking general store where they just, hey, you know, buddy, just got fucking fell for it, you know. So you're like, God damn, like you get that feeling that you fell for it. It's not. It doesn't give you a sense of hopelessness, but more like I should have known better, you know? That's what I want. I don't want people to feel hopeless. Like I don't have a choice on getting robbed. I want people to like rethink about what they did and be like, maybe I shouldn't do that next time, you know?
Yeah.
So they feel like there is a chance they could have done something that had prevented this. That to me is very important because I want people to enjoy themselves. I want people to
that's why I was saying there's a difference between like setting up a little scenario versus just outright just fucking with somebody.
Oh, I'm definitely gonna be robbing a doctor, but you better believe I will.
No, I'm saying like there's a difference between just fucking someone like as if it's just some random thing versus actually setting up like a little scene or play, you know? Oh wait, I forgot what I was saying.
One of the people that I want to rob is Zappa, because she gives really good RP. So
I'd actually love to spectate. I'd like to see how that goes.
Yeah, that'll be fun. Like watching to see what she does. She gives really good RP. So
I wish I got to talk to her more. She seems cool, and she's named after one of my most respected people in my top 10 list. That guy was a hero, Frank Zappa.
Yeah, Zappa, and there's a lot of people I just don't want. I'm really afraid of doing a robbery because I don't want to bankrupt somebody. And I know people usually carry a lot of money in their pockets. A lawman is gonna get robbed. That's another one. Not so much robbed, but kidnapped. Like I'm gonna grab a lawman. You'll see. If fucking gonna wait for them to be like you know, like they do something that's they fucking on themselves, fucking dicking around with their birds, and they're gonna get fucking roped. And well, not roped. They're gonna get fucking held up, and you know,
Yeah,
put your fucking hands up.
if you do, let me know, and I'll grab some binos and enjoy.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be. I'm gonna plan it because I'm probably gonna have people to help me out. So I'm probably gonna come over and just grab one of the lawmen, because that's one of the things that bothers me. You see lawmen just walking around doing stuff on their own, and like, no, you should be with your brothers to keep you safe.
Yeah,
You know?
pairs of twos. I've been learning about some of that recently. Actually, I've been watching a lot of YouTube videos of people like in like serious servers, and it makes sense to me. It reminds me of tactics I used to use when I trained a team of my own and other games in the past.
Yeah, you want to be with somebody else. So if I catch them alone, they're gonna end up seeing that they're fucking. You know, I'm gonna grab 2 or 3. Well, this has to be 2. It's 1 plus 1 minus 1. So grab another person and just grab a lawman and be like, "Well, put your fucking hands up." And if they pull their guns on me, they're gonna get reported, because you need to learn that about the fear for your life rule applies to lawmen. If you're on a call, if you're fucking doing, you know, you got your guns out, you're dealing, that's different. Because as a lawman, you have to get involved in a fight all of the times. But
you could put it like this one guy did. He had played a crim and then he made a lawman, and then he showed up as a lawman and warned these criminals, put your hands up, and they drew guns and they got shot, and then they complained that they got shot, and he's like, what'd you think was gonna happen? It's like, we're already aiming you down.
Yeah, like, when you're a lawman, it's a little different when it comes to fear for your life, because lawmen, that's their job. They put their life at risk for the life of others. So
yeah,
if you're like what happened to me yesterday.
What I'm talking about, multiple lawmen have gotten shot and kidnapped in our role play that I was watching.
Look what happened to me yesterday. I was riding to Kaliga Hall to deliver a token that one of the people needed to fix their face. And I'm riding over there, and as I'm coming into roads, I hear a lot of gunshots. And there's this guy firing, I see him with my eyes, fucking firing a rifle in the middle of town at a local. And I'm like, what the fuck? So I pull in, there's 3 guys, but I don't know who was who. I just know it's in the middle of fucking roads, in the main road there, daytime, right in front of the gun store. So I pull in, I aim my gun at the guy that was shooting. I was like, put your fucking hands down, man. They're county sheriff's office, you know?
Yeah,
put your hands up. And I'm aiming my Carcano, and the guy draws his rifle at me, and fucking gunfighting shoots. Fucking, they down me. It's 3 of them. They get me. And then I hear fucking Seraphine's voice. He said, "Oh well, we didn't want that to happen, but it happened. It is what it is." And he fucking leaves, you know? And I started laughing, and I'm like, fucking Seraphine. Because the thing is, like, I wasn't expecting it. I wasn't ready for it. It just was wrong place at the wrong time, you know?
Yeah, and you were alone too, so that's one of the biggest issues.
Yes, and that's the thing. It was 3 of them, and it was just one of me. Is it against the rules? Technically, but it was an impromptu RP. You know, like it actually just happened. It's not like they were planning it or they were robbing. It just happened in the middle of the street. So whose fault is it?
Personally, I don't think anyone should be punished for that.
Exactly.
I mean, as far as lawmen go, you shouldn't have been caught out alone like that. No offense.
Like, no, I think it was a really good scene, and I think that even though it was short and we didn't really talk much, it was perfect.
He's so funny sometimes.
Like, it was perfect because
me a lot, though.
At that moment there was nothing that could be done. Like, it just happened. And it was the wrong situation. They were testing the rifles. What happened is they were testing the rifles that they just bought, and the locals got angry, started shooting at them. So they were killing the locals, and I just happened to come in. So it was part of the scene. They're shooting people in the middle of fucking road, so of course the law's gonna get them, you know.
Right.
So it was just bad luck,
and
like
confusion.
Yeah, but it was such a good scene. I liked it because it was just spontaneous, you know.
Yeah.
I didn't get an alert. I didn't get anybody to tell me to go there.
Organic.
It just organic. That's the word. And we just roll with it.
Whenever you see something, like, you know how sometimes you'll watch a movie and there'll be like a song playing and it turns out a character's listening to the song?
Yeah.
That's musical diegetic, where it just mixes straight into the occasion or what's being played out or displayed. So you
Hmm.
could say you naturally discovering all that stuff and that happening like that was kind of a form of it being diegetic. Like it just like digests just naturally, you know.
Yeah. So it's like there was nothing wrong with it, and I told Seraphim, it doesn't matter if somebody picks me up. I'm not gonna know it's you because the only reason I knew it was Seraphim is because I heard his voice.
Right,
There's no
right.
other reason. I did not get to see the characters too well. I had the sun, literally the sun in my eyes, so it was a little blurred. I couldn't see who was it that was in front of me. I just saw the guns and the shooting. So
Right.
I told him, Jonathan remembers nothing. You got scot free from this one. He said, well, there's witnesses. He said, well, if the witnesses don't tell me anything, I'm never gonna know.
Right,
So
right.
that's the way it went. I had no idea. Jonathan has no idea that he got shot down by
Hey,
Seraphim.
hey, fair enough, you know, fair enough. You know, to
I
be
know it
honest, it was
was.
so quick. You know, realist, it's believable. You know. Hey, oh, do you remember? You remember remember whenever you saw me escaping the fort and then I let you search me and all that? Do you remember that one? If you like last week.
Yeah.
Well, before that, you responded about 7 p.m. maybe. I don't know Eastern. You responded to like the Wallace. I think it's no. It's like the fort with all the blue guys dressed in blue.
Yeah.
You responded to them being there, right? Like before that, like the day or so before or
Yeah,
something.
I think so. Yeah.
Well, you guys didn't notice, but I brought a medic along, um, and I think one other person, and I brought what's his name, the guy that wears the hat, the bear hat all the time, or the wolf hat, you know, you know, the
Bishop.
glasses. He owns the general store in
Yeah,
Valentine.
Bishop.
We brought him along in case anything happens to you guys and you needed help. He'd be there. Or I think it was my idea. I don't know. I just more the merrier. So we watched. I didn't have binoculars, but they were commenting on it. Like we were up in the mountain just watching with binoculars off to the side, and it was interesting because they blended in so well with those guys. The way they were moving, it looked like they were NPCs. It was crazy.
Yeah, the guys with the Seraphim.
Yeah,
And I like scenes like that. I appreciate them. And
yeah. I was
but I think
actually there. I seen it. I saw you guys looking for him.
I just
I
hope
didn't
people
get
give me
involved
the.
directly though,
I
obviously.
I just hope people give me the RP and don't go for their guns because I think they're gonna find a surprise. I'm not here to ruin people's game or take their stuff. I'm not really into the
Yeah.
money.
I
I
just
just
wanted to
want
share that
the
with you because I
scenes.
never got to tell you about that.
Oh yeah, yeah. No, it's good. They're good scenes, man. You need to. I think you gotta take like a more active role when it comes to people. I think if you manage to convince them to give you the shaman position, I'm gonna keep pushing for it. See if you can get it. That will be really interesting. I think it will fit your character really well because you would like to be
Hmm.
a doctor, but not leave your heritage behind. I think that it will go
Yeah,
really well for you.
yeah, that would really help a lot. I was planning on trying to see if I could run it as Zappa a couple times and bring up the idea.
I think Zappa wants to have control of everything medical, and I don't think that's right. They should be
Yeah,
shamans should be independent. They should have their own stuff, their own
I
because
I agree. That's part of why I was interested in the idea. Because if you told me it was just a doctor that looked like he was native, I'd be like, well, that's nice. Because one of my conflictions about the doctor is I know they're not allowed to like do certain things, but I'm not sure what, and that concerns me a little
the
bit.
I was told by Terry that they have the native mod. So not the native, sorry, the shaman script that they already have it in the server. So
Uh
it's
huh.
just a matter of getting it working. I'm
Okay.
gonna talk to him about it again. I'm gonna mention it probably tomorrow and
Yeah.
see what he says. If we can get you on that,
I'm
that'll
a
be
little
really cool. I
excited. I
think.
can't wait to exercise some demons out of some houses.
So basically, get you the ability to pick up people. But I think the hard part
It
is gonna
gives me
be
role
in.
playing potential. You know, I'll be like,
Yeah,
"Ma'am, your house may be haunted," or
most
something.
most of the people, most of the servers they integrate them with the medics. So when there's an alert,
Mhm.
um,
Mhm. Yeah.
the shamans can respond too.
Well,
And
that's fine
I
with
don't,
me. That's fine with me.
Yeah, I don't see a problem with that. So basically, as long as you share the the notification system and the chat with medics, so you can coordinate,
Oh
with
yeah,
them,
yeah.
and but just in character, leave you apart, like you're just
No,
somebody else.
I agree. That's actually what I was hoping for,
Hmm.
specifically. Like I was hoping I'd be able to like be on the same playing field
Yeah,
as
like
far
like
as knowledge goes.
like our character, the people who supervise the medics will supervise you out of character, but in character you're independent. That's what I would
Yeah.
like to see. I'm gonna bring it to them. So like I don't know if Zappa has some kind of power over the medics and stuff like that, but or if it's all in character. I'm not sure how that works, but I'll talk to Terry about it and add a belt, see if we can get you that. That'll be
Right.
really cool. I think I really would like to see more native RP in the server, and giving
Hmm.
them something to strive for would be good.
Yeah.
And shamans will actually make it will bridge that gap with RP. I think make people more recept- receptive and more encounters with natives.
Yeah. It's kind of like the wet shoes sort of. You ever heard that metaphor? You step into the wet shoes of a scenario or a character. You're kind
Hmm.
of like the testing phase.
Yeah, exactly.
It's not quite
That's
molded, but you're kind of
I,
like filling it out.
I got a few things like that I'm working on with, because I do a lot of testing for the admins and
Yeah. So does
um
Seraphim apparently.
mhm. A lot of us do. Seraphim does. Zap, I'm sure she handles all the medical stuff.
Oh, real quick, just
And
so that you know, as lawman,
Mhm.
uh, Seraphim told me the other day that the mask thing isn't a thing in the server.
What do you mean?
Some servers have it where like if someone's face is covered, you supposedly can't recognize their voice.
Yeah,
Uh,
in this server it is in the rules. You cannot identify somebody specifically by their voice. There has to be something else. It is in the rules. You can find it there.
okay.
The way the voice cannot be your sole reason why you're identifying somebody.
Oh yeah, no
So
worries. I don't focus down that kind of thing myself.
yeah,
I find it poor form as far as like because this at the end of the day it's a game.
a
You
lot of
know
people just no. The thing is, like, a lot of people play different characters, and like me,
exactly.
and they not everybody can make.
If I hear you playing as
Uh,
Lucas and I'm like, oh my god, that's Jonathan. He's a corrupt law. That's like, what, you're just stupid. That's just stupid. I'm just
mhm.
making an extreme example as a joke, but
Yeah, yeah,
I don't try to
but
focus solely on that. Like that guy that shot me the other day, and I pointed him out to you. He never changed his clothes or nothing. Like he literally
yes.
just stood there and
So
let.
if you do stuff like that, like if you don't change your clothes, if you don't like if all you do is pull down your mask, it's not like you can just go around the corner, put your mask on, and then nobody knows who the
He
fuck you
wasn't
are.
even wearing a fucking mask. The only thing that he wore was something covering his eyes, nothing
Yeah,
covering his actual face. Like
yeah. I don't know. Some people do
that's not
stupid
how
shit. To be
masks.
honest.
Like how am I gonna like? Okay, let's pretend I'm in character, and this guy who I've known has assailed me before, and I've heard his voice, and shot me before, and he shows up, throws someone off their fucking horse, says something to them about it or something, and then I tell him hold up, and then he just pulls out a gun and shoots me, and the only thing covering his likeness is something over his eyes and the top of his nose and not his mouth.
Hmm.
It's like he literally didn't say one word to me. And when I got Jives, I went straight to you, and he was just standing literally like 10 feet away from where he shot me, just standing there like nothing happened. And I'm like, yep, I recognize those clothes. I'm pretty sure that's the guy. He's the only one around here with this outfit on.
Yeah,
I mean,
what I do with Lucas, for example, Lucas is blind. The
and he wasn't even
Cass's
wearing
father.
anything covering his hair either. Like he didn't
Like,
even change his hair, same hair color.
like Cass's father is
He didn't even
blind.
wear a hat. He wasn't even wearing a
The
hat.
only way I will recognize somebody's voice, because by several rules you're not supposed to voice identify people. But Lucas is blind. He can't. That's the only thing he has to identify people by. So the way I do it personally is I will look at your clothes and what you're wearing and everything. And if you are identifiable by sight, Lucas recognizes your voice. That's just how I do it. If you're not identifiable by sight, then for
Hmm.
some reason Lucas doesn't
And
quite remember your voice correctly or whatever.
right,
That way,
and
that's fair,
in
you know?
and in character, the reason why I believably recognize his voice aside from his mouth not being covered, is I heard him yell at the guy he threw off the horse or say something to him. And when you and I approached him, he's like, "What's going on here?" And I'm like, "Yep, I recognize that too," you know, which was like an immediate thing, you know.
Yeah,
But
yeah. So
I
it all
didn't go
depends.
off of that mainly though. I just went off of his outfit. He didn't change his hair. He wasn't wearing a hat covering his hair. You know, I mean, like, what do you expect, man? You know, like, what do you want me to do about it? Pretend I saw nothing? Like, you fucking just blazed me, dude. And role in the scene, uh, in the scene, Eddie, that's his name in the game, right? Eddie. He was supposed to come get you, but OOC, he misinterpreted what was going on.
Yeah, Eddie, it's something else.
So in the scene, you were technically already there, you know. So yeah, and so there was literally zero. Like, I was on the ground for maybe 10, 20 seconds, maybe, and so Jives picked me up immediately. Anyways, enough about that. I was just contributing to our little agreement there that I see what you're saying and I understand that and I agree. Like, just go by the voice. It's a little low, but it depends on the circumstances too. Like I said, that guy wasn't even covering his actual face, so I don't even count that as a mask clause. But I didn't focus on that because
Yeah, no, I know. I know. Like, this character does have a mask. Like, he's, I think, the only one of my characters that ever uses a mask. Like,
right,
see, like this. Right? That's it. That's all I have.
yeah,
That's all it's gonna go with.
right. But yeah, uh, hopefully,
I gotta go, but I mean, it's 6 in the morning and I'm fucking falling asleep.
that's what I was about to say. You should go ahead and go. Hopefully,
Yeah.
if you get on this character later, we'll get you linked up with Seraphim so that you can like work.
Yeah, I'll talk to
something
him about character tomorrow. Send him a message. See what we can arrange. I'll talk to
Yeah.
you later, man. Take it easy. Good seeing you.
Yeah, yeah, you too.
And welcome back. I'm really happy that you're back.
Yeah.
And put a pistol on that fucking holster. You got your holsters empty.
Oh yeah, it's because I relogged.
All right, take it easy,
I was
bud.
hunting wolves earlier, so I grabbed some just in case.
And don't forget, you need to wash yourself because you can get sick if you get too dirty.
Yeah, I fell in mud in Valentine.
Yep, that and the food and the water like usual. Make sure you buy a spoon and a can opener.
Yep.
More the spoon.
Bought two of them. I bought two
Okay.
each.
Nah, you just need one. Save the other one, I guess. But
I didn't know if they made it breakable or not, so I.
no, they're not breakable, so you're good. And let me see what else I can tell you. Just keep an eye on that heat and all that. It should be okay. It's not that hard, to be honest. It's just you're probably gonna be consuming a lot more food and water. But
Yeah, I grabbed some
whatever.
extra food before I started fishing.
Yep. All right, man. Take it easy. I'll talk to you later.
See ya. Right into a wall. I'm so fucking tired, guys. I can't sleep. Holy shit, you scared me. I'm not gonna call you Bandito.
Didn't bother to scrub the blood out of the floorboard stuff. That's what they say.
Alright, ladies and gentlemen. Eagle. John, Seth. I hope that was at least a little interesting, give you a little insight into what's going on here. I'm gonna stop this footage here. Hope it